Welcome to a day in a life of a freelance project manager who works from home.
I wake up at about 7 o'clock, get the kids ready for school and for nursery, then grab my time for some exercise. I then shower, get dressed, put my makeup on so that I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident and ready to start my day. I don't always dress smart for work, but if I have meetings on that day, then I will just put on a blazer, a nice fancy top so that I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident for my day. I grab some breakfast. Bio and meat is my favourite breakfast. I usually have that twice a day sometimes. Head to my home office and prepare my to-do list if I haven't done it the night before, and then I am good to go.
So what have I got on today? So it is 9:15. I start work at 9:30, which is a nice time. So I've got a little bit of time to do little things for myself in the morning. I have my producer/project manager meeting at 9:30. I log on a little bit earlier so I can just go through the status of all my projects, check through the notes that I put from yesterday, anything that I missed that I need to update, because sometimes, team stays later and I need to, just make sure that I'm clued up on everything that is going on. So I'm going to just check through some Slack messages that I've got from yesterday evening, and then I am going to have a look at my status sheet, make any updates so that I am fully prepared for my meeting in 15 minutes. So there's about 6 of us in our meeting, so I went through the list of my projects. I didn't talk through all of them because not all of them require an update, because I have this meeting twice a week. I'm focusing on the priority projects, so the projects that have a deadline coming up like within the next couple of days. I currently have 9 projects on. 2 of them need to be resourced. So those 2 projects that need to be resourced, I'm going to have a chat with the creative lead and work out who is best to give these projects to. Both of these projects are design projects, so they just require one designer. And I have one video animation project as well, and that's the video that's been outsourced to a vendor, and they're sending the first draft of that video to me tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So far so good. Today should be a relatively smooth day, but in the world of project management, anything can happen. Like, it just takes one message to just throw off the day. So thankfully that hasn't happened yet, but we shall see what happens throughout the rest of the day. So also I have my to-do list right here, and I'm very traditional. I like to write down everything that I have to do, and there have been times where I've tried to experiment and I've tried to just have like a digital to-do list, but it's just not the same. There's just something that's really satisfying about striking through the tasks that have been completed on my written to-do list. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I've tried to be flexible. I've tried to, try something different. But for me, I like a written to-do list. So I've just received a Slack message from the vendors that are sharing V1 of one of the video animation projects tomorrow. So although that's due tomorrow, they've just sent me a message saying that they may not be able to send me V1 tomorrow. That's a bit of a problem because I've already told the stakeholder that he can expect V1 tomorrow. This is one of the VIP projects, so it's a very big partnership. It's a partnership with a movie. So I had to update a stakeholder spreadsheet. There's quite a number of stakeholders involved in this project, and they've all got different elements as well, different creative elements as part of this project that they're working on. So then that's been fed into and briefed into my team, a couple of other studios as well. So I have had to give them the exact date that they could be expecting V1. So if they tell me, which they have done, that V1 cannot be delivered tomorrow because they need this editable file, then we need to chat. As in, I need to have a chat with my creative lead and explain to him that this is actually quite urgent and we need to get these files over to them ASAP. So it's not something that can wait until the end of play today. It has to be sent to them ASAP so that they've got enough time to share V1s with me tomorrow, because they're currently saying that they are not able to share they won't be able to share V1 if we don't get them the files by lunchtime. So I'm going to send him a quick Slack message and see what he says back to me. Message has been sent. I will wait for him to get back to me, and in the meantime, whilst I'm doing that, I will send some messages to the team and just double check that they're all okay with the deadline that they've got coming up within the next couple of days. The vendor needed an editable file, right? And thankfully he has found something. It's not the exact same file, but he's found something that we can use, I can share with them. So I'm just going to double check when he can send me the working file, as they need it by lunchtime in order to hit our deadline, which is tomorrow, for them to share the first version. So let's hope it can actually locate the working files. So fingers crossed he can send me the files within the next few hours.
Once it hits lunchtime, I like to grab a quick bite to eat. I also like to do a bit of Bible study or some reading. This is the perfect time for me to grab some me time in, especially if I have had a super hectic morning and I've had no time to do anything for myself. My daughter comes home from nursery around this time as well, so we like to have some cuddles before I am back to work for the second part of my day.
Is just after lunch, and I didn't record myself making lunch because my kitchen is a complete mess. But I did have toast with avocado and cucumber. Really tasty. So now I am going to double check to see if my creative lead has got back to me, because, oh no. So I have just seen a message come through from my creative lead, and he has just sent me the working files to the asset that needs to go to the vendor. So I'm going to send that to them now. So it should be fine. I'm not stressing about that at all. So let me just send that to them. So let's hope that that's not been sent too late, because it is just after lunch. And I think it'll be fine, to be honest, because a lot of the time I think people, vendors, whoever, they just want to make sure that, you know, they need to manage expectations there and too, so they don't want to commit to a particular delivery date if it's unrealistic. So if I'm sending them the file at like end of play / tomorrow morning and they still have quite a bit to do, I mean, granted, they could be sending it to me tomorrow end of play, which is fine, but I understand why, you know, I tend to do the same. You know, you have to manage expectations. So I use Adobe Workfront to manage projects. So this is the project management system that the stakeholder uses to upload new projects. So I get alerted once that project has been uploaded onto Workfront. The stakeholder usually puts the brief on Workfront and on a separate deck as well, which is really handy, to be honest. So some of the tools that I use is Slack, for example. I've mentioned Workfront already. I use Zoom for meetings. It's really convenient because it's like everything is just in one space. So it's like, and you see your Slack message notifications. So I've got my workspace for 2 of the vendors and my, obviously, the company that I freelance at. So I find it really handy. Like, I don't know if any of you guys use Slack, but I love using Slack. I think it's just the easiest tool to use. I've worked at companies where they literally use Slack to manage their projects like it's, whereas, you know, for example, here I use Workfront, and then Slack is the tool that I use to communicate with the team. Other companies actually use Slack to manage their projects. So that's the tool that they use. So it's really, really interesting that Slack has grown so phenomenally over the past few years, and I'm a huge fan of using Slack. I think it's the easiest tool to use and the easiest tool to use when communicating with stakeholders, internal teams and so forth. So yeah, go Slack. So it's 6:10. I have finished. I officially finished at 6 o'clock. So I'm about to log off and close everything down now. I have got my to-do list written for tomorrow, so I'm clear on what I need to do tomorrow. I have updated my status sheet, so that's all clear. So when I come in tomorrow as well, it's all, you know, good to go, and I'm clear on what steps need to be taken. So yeah, today's been quite a good day. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hectic. The only kind of issue was with the assets and sharing that with the vendor by a certain time, but thankfully that was all okay, and they actually managed to send the video animation earlier because they're actually meant to be sharing it tomorrow, but they've just shared it, so that's awesome. In the UK, it's really brightening up now, so it's really nice, and where I'm sitting, I've got the sunshine just literally hitting me on the face, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually brightening up. But I guess that's the only thing about working from home, is that you're literally indoors. So if I was out, I'd be, you know, walking home or walking to the station right now. So yeah, that's probably the only downfall of working from home, not getting enough vitamin D, but you know, I have to just purpose to get outside a bit more. But all in all, I've had a good day. It's been a productive day. I've gotten quite a bit done on my to-do list, and then we will go again tomorrow. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you found it valuable. I hope you enjoyed it. So I am now on mum duty. I am going to bath my kids, give them dinner, and yeah, put them to bed, read them their book and all that good stuff. So fun times for me. So thank you so much guys for checking out this video. Give it a like, write down any comments that you have, and yeah, feel free to let me know what you liked about this video, anything that you wanted to know specifically. Speak soon, bye.